Tonight on the Rockbridge Report, find out what the Board of Supervisors plans to do with the school board's budget proposal. And Virginia drivers might be able to drive faster on I-81, but what does VDOT have to say about the possible speed limit increase? Also, we'll have the latest tourist attraction in the Rockbridge area. It's a new kind of treasure hunting without a traditional map. All this and more on the Rockbridge Report.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Rockbridge Report. I'm Melissa Shumlick. The Rockbridge County Board of Supervisors held a work session Monday night to hash out plans to deal with the school budget cuts. The board now has a position to present to the public at a hearing later this month. Rockbridge reporter Ann Vasulis talked to members of the Board of Supervisors, the school board, and the public to find out the latest on the school budget.
The Rockbridge County Board of Supervisors will take the position to turn down the school board's request to fully fund the budget shortfall in the school district. This comes after the school board voted not to close Effinger Elementary late last week. Here's what the supervisors had to say to the school board.
We don't agree with your full funding request. And so we're going to go to public hearing advertising our number, not your number.
But the Board of Supervisors has consistently held the opinion that Effinger Elementary should shut down and didn't think the school board exhausted all of its options.
Our board made it very clear, and I think it was a unanimous push from our board to look at closing Effinger. And then
the school board needed to dig a little deeper. They're elected just as we are, and it's their responsibility to run a better than adequate school system.
So what does that mean for the school board? Before Superintendent Reynolds knew what the supervisors were going to say, this is what he was afraid of.
We're back to basically where we were 3 weeks ago, and that is I would have to make recommendations to the school board about what we need to do, and the school board would have to still deal with this same thing.
Meanwhile, the school budget shortfall may be even higher. Here's why. The school board thought it was short $276,000. Now that shortage is up to $476,000 because the Board of Supervisors decided not to give the district $200,000 it received from the state. That money is not meant for school operations, but the school board was hoping to use it for that purpose. And while it is about money, citizens are concerned that the focus isn't on the students.
The supervisors seem to project the feeling that they want Effinger closed because they're concerned about efficiency. And there's nothing wrong with efficiency, but we're also talking about little children having to ride buses all the way to Lexington.
But the Board of Supervisors believes their decisions are about the kids.
We've been accused by them of ignoring the children and talking about program. Well, program is children. That's maybe it's too euphemistic or too cody to mean that we're interested in the education of the children.
The Board of Supervisors has to hold a public hearing before they can make any final decisions. That hearing will be held on April 21st. For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Ann Vasulis.
The Board of Supervisors will hold the public hearing April 21st at the County Administration Building in Lexington. Stay tuned after the newscast to watch the on-record portion of the Rockbridge Report with Chairman of the Board of Supervisors, Buster Lewis. The speed limit could increase along parts of Interstate 81 thanks to a new bill passed by the General Assembly. But as Rockbridge reporter Katie Sheeler discovers, the Virginia Department of Transportation still has work to do before they decide which stretches, if any, will get an increase.
The current speed limit on I-81 is 65 miles per hour. The General Assembly recently passed a bill that would allow the limit to be raised to 70. However, VDOT first has to conduct speed studies on each section of the interstate.
So what we are going to do is enforce that law by doing these speed studies and then actually putting up and changing the speed limit in the areas that it's safe to do so.
A speed study looks at the road's physical characteristics, signs and pavement markings, traffic flow, and crash history. They also consider the recommendations of state and local law enforcement and the road's design speed, which is the maximum speed the road is built to handle.
VDOT hasn't decided which stretches of road they are going to study, and some parts of I-81 might not change at all.
And indeed, there probably will be stretches of road throughout the Commonwealth that are going to fail this test. But there will be other stretches that will successfully complete the test, and we will be able to post the 70-mile-an-hour speed limit there.
In Virginia, driving more than 80 miles per hour is reckless driving, and raising the speed limit would not change that. Some residents think a higher speed limit would increase the average interstate speed and lead to more instances of reckless driving.
I was just amazed that the General Assembly would, out of the blue, decide to raise the speed limit. People are going entirely too fast out there already.
The Virginia State Police did not wish to comment on the bill. They said they will enforce the law no matter what it is, and the best thing drivers can do is to obey the law and pay attention. For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Katie Sheeler.
If VDOT decides to increase the speed limit, those increases cannot go into effect before July 1st. Until then, speed limits will remain posted at 65, except for stretches near Roanoke, Harrisonburg, and Winchester, where the speed limit is 60. At least 300 people a day from Rockbridge County have been taking advantage of the new YMCA. The brand new facility opened on Monday after 60 volunteers helped move the equipment this weekend. Rockbridge reporter Caroline Helms takes a look at why the bigger space provides more services to Rockbridge County residents.
After 6 years of planning, the Y, now located in the College Square Shopping Center, is more than 4,000 square feet larger than the old Y on Walker Street. The bigger space means more services for its clients.
I think it has a really good broad programs to reach, little kids to seniors.
The new Y will now have a cafe with healthy options for eating, as well as physical therapy assistance.
I had a knee replacement in November, so it's a good place to rehab.
The Y will also provide an expanded schedule of group fitness classes, including aerobics and combat classes, cardio and free weight equipment, a larger facility for childcare, and more youth programs.
It certainly gives us, better resources, a better gathering place. So, yeah, I know the community is very excited.
I don't think that the overall health index of this area is all that good. Anything you can do to get people to exercise is good.
Although the Y is officially up and running, the grand opening isn't until April 17th when they hope to promote their location change. For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Caroline Helms.
The relocation of the Y cost $150,000. The YMCA is located off Route 11 in the College Square Shopping Center next to the Tractor Supply Company. Later in the show, we'll give you a preview of Rockbridge area's newest tourist attraction. But first, find out the latest statewide news.
I wouldn't have been at this ceremony if I hadn't been at this ceremony first. Unfortunately, nearly 30% of U.S. high school students aren't making it to graduation. And every one of us, every parent, every friend, and neighbor, has the responsibility to provide the support and encouragement they need to make it through. Because we all need to see a lot more of these pictures.
I'm lucky. Let me help you with that. I get to do something I love. It has nothing to do with touchdowns or titles.
Everybody bring it in.
I get to play a part in the life of someone just starting out.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school.
Good.
And that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United. I really want to show you something.
1, 2, 3, go! L-O-V-E. It's a mystery. All is love. Is love.
Did
did you play today? For great play ideas, visit www.smallstep.gov.
Virginia Attorney General Ken Cuccinelli doesn't want to release records about his lawsuit against the health care package. Media outlets and Democratic Party officials filed a request under the Virginia Freedom of Information Act for documents involved in the lawsuit. Cuccinelli's staff says some of the records don't exist and others are confidential working papers. Cuccinelli also says the suit won't cost much more than the $350 court filing fee. President Obama announced a policy Wednesday that puts Virginia at the head of the line for offshore drilling. Governor Bob McDonnell supports the plan and says it could bring hundreds of millions in revenue. The plan would put new oil and natural gas platforms in waters along the southern Atlantic coastline. Investigators say control problems led to the plane crash in Roanoke on Tuesday. The pilot, whose single-engine plane crashed at a UPS building, was trying to return to Roanoke Airport. As he was trying to return, pilot Peter Sheeran's plane clipped wires and hit the freight building. The plane then fell to the ground and caught fire. Sheeran died at Curley and Roanoke Memorial Hospital. According to the Associated Press, his passenger, John Whitmer, was listed in serious condition Wednesday. Coming up, we'll tell you what Mother Nature has in store for this weekend's weather. But first, find out the newest way Rockbridge area residents and tourists can explore the outdoors.
Hey!
Ready to go?
Yeah, but the fire's not out.
It's close enough.
Huh. Close enough? If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. I mean, the next thing you know, you've torched our whole neighborhood.
Which is why we're not going anywhere?
Exactly. 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Es un gran día para los deportes. Vaya festín de jugadas que tenemos.
Mucha acción, David, por eso nos vamos directamente a la pelota. Es el duelo padre-hijo en el jardín. Batazo al jardín derecho, no. Y se cayó.
Se cayó, pero bueno, ahí va.
Nos vamos ahora al básquet, 2 contra 1.
Y la clava. Solita, la clavó.
Y ahora el fútbol. Ahí está papá, que la pase.
Solo.
Lo va a definir, golazo. Estas son escenas que no se repiten. Las mejores jugadas suceden en casa.
Tómate el tiempo para ser un buen papá.
It's a great day, isn't it? Yeah. Too bad your boat's gonna sink at 11:05.
Don't come closer. I have rabies. Don't you wish there were warnings to protect you from life's risks? With diabetes, there is one. It's called A1C, a simple blood test that helps measure your risk of serious complications. Learn more at diabetesaonc.org.
What if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if everything familiar becomes anything but? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed today.
To celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Blue Ridge Parkway, Lexington and Rockbridge area tourism are going high-tech. Rockbridge reporter Katie Geddes learns about a new type of trail that is coming to town.
Geocaching is a new kind of treasure hunting without a traditional map. It uses technology to help people find various caches outdoors.
Caches can be almost anything, like this Tupperware container with a logbook inside. Once you find a cache, write your name in the logbook and put it back where you found it.
There's really just 2 things you need: a free account at geocaching.com and a GPS device.
Caches are usually hidden outside near a place of historical or scenic significance. There are already at least 12 caches hidden around Lexington. Some are along the Woods Creek Trail and at Jordan's Point Park. To bring in visitors to the area, Lexington and the Rockbridge Area Tourism plans to launch the Gems of Rockbridge Geocache Trail this June.
In the beginning, it's going to consist of 10 strategically placed caches throughout Rockbridge County, and the point is to highlight the historical and natural resources here in the county.
During a recent training session, people new to geocaching got a chance to practice using GPS devices.
We've never done it, so we thought it would be a good thing to do with our grandchildren.
Kenan and Martha Campbell have been tracking geocaches for 3 years and have found 820. They've even hidden 11 caches in Rockbridge County.
Oh, it just gets us out of the house, away from the TV. And we found places in Rockbridge County and the neighboring counties that we didn't even know existed.
For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Katie Geddes.
The Lexington and Rockbridge Area Tourism is sponsoring another geocache training session in Buena Vista. It'll be April 10th from the 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Dabney's Rockbridge Center. The weather this weekend looks great for geocaching. Here's your 5-day forecast. Tonight, expect clear skies with a low of 51. Friday, get out your sunglasses because it's going to be sunny and warm all weekend. The high on Friday will hit 85 degrees and the low will go down to 55. On Saturday, temperatures are expected to reach 81 degrees. The low will be 54. Easter Sunday will be partly cloudy with a high of 76 degrees and a low of 52. Monday will start off the week continuing with great weather, so don't put your sunglasses away just yet. The temperature will reach 78 and go down to just 56. After the show, stay tuned for the on-record portion of the Rockbridge Report with the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors, Buster Lewis. But first, see what some local children do when life gives them lemons.
The hurricane has passed, but the recovery won't be complete until all the water has receded. If you're having trouble coping, Trained in Caring Help is waiting.
Hello, Grover, what are you doing?
Oh, I am making my emergency kit. I want to be prepared just in case.
Oh, my friend Mia made a kit with her family. Everyone help! They packed flashlights and batteries, water, food, a radio, and put it where they could find it rapidamente, quickly.
I guess I should take my canoe out of there, huh?
Look, Grover.
Help your family get ready for an emergency. Learn more at ready.gov/sesame.
I am a teenager.
I am online.
I enjoy sharing thoughts,
Music. Videos.
ideas.
Information.
I will not
I will not be a victim to threats.
to stalking,
To soliciting.
to predators.
I will be responsible.
I will be careful. I will be honest.
I will be smarter. I would get my parents involved.
I will protect myself.
I will be safe.
I am a teenager.
And I
will
not
be bullied.
Students at Waddell Elementary are taking action to save their teachers. Rockbridge reporter Cameron Steele has the story.
McKelvey Countney Collins and her friends heard that 2 teachers at Waddell Elementary were facing job cuts from full-time to part-time. Not wanting to lose their teachers, the kids decided to take action.
I wanted to do a lemonade stand to help them get more money so they can keep their jobs for next year.
They set up a lemonade stand and bake sale on Hopkins Green in Lexington on Monday and Tuesday. While the parents were there to supervise, the kids did all of the work. They sold lemonade for $1 a cup, as well as baked goods donated by Waddell parents. The girls also asked for donations, and the teachers thanked the girls for their hard work.
She said that when she was walking across the road, she said, "You're saving my job."
For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Cameron Steele.
McKelvey's mother said she and her friends coordinated the lemonade stand by themselves. Well, that's all we have for you today. Stay tuned for the on-record portion of the Rockbridge Report with the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors, Buster Lewis. Check us out online at rockbridgereport.wlu.edu or follow us on Twitter at Rockbridge News for breaking news. Happy April Fool's Day.